welcome back to my channel, Loving Your Life with Mama D. I'm Glenda Davis, aka Mama D. And today we are going to make a red velvet cake. Simple, easy recipe. I got this recipe from a friend who lives in the Carolinas. And you know, honey, yeah, we know about them Carolinas. So I know it's going to be good. And I want you to come along and make it with me, okay? So before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and don't forget to share it with someone, okay? All right, let's get to it. Okay, let's go with our ingredients, starting with the dry. We have 2.5 cups all-purpose flour sifted, 1.5 cup of sugar, a half teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of cocoa. For our wet ingredients, 1 cup of buttermilk. We have 1.5 cups of Wesson oil or vegetable oil. I'm using canola oil. 1 teaspoon of vinegar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and 2 eggs room temperature, and 1 teaspoon of red velvet flavor. That's it. This might be a little messy, but I don't want to mix it in this bowl, so I'm going to transfer the flour. Okay, that wasn't too bad. I thought it was going to be dust everywhere. Okay, so my flour has been sifted. I'm going to add the soda. Just kind of mix that in really well. I'm going to add the salt because we're not using salted butter. So we're going to add some salt. Then I'm going to add the cocoa. Okay. And I'm going to mix that up. And we're going to set that aside. Okay, just want to get a good little stir going on here. Okay, now I'm going to set this aside. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and put the wet ingredients and the sugar in and mix it together. So first, I'm going to just go ahead and pour the sugar in. I'm going to add the vanilla, the vinegar, the oil, and the milk. Okay. I'm going to use a tablespoon. Oh, that is thick. Okay, let's get the eggs in. And that's everything here. Make sure I got all that oil in. Okay, let's go ahead and get this mixed up. Mix that down a little bit. Let's see. Okay, now we're going to start adding some of the flour. Get about half of it in. Let's get it mixed. the other part in. That's good enough. Now, I definitely don't want to over mix it. I think I'll do the rest by hand. It has a very nice consistency. You know, it's a lot thinner than a regular pound cake, but again, we're not making pound cake. Okay. And let's see. Okay. Okay. And now I need to get my spray. And we're going to spray and fire the pan as usual. The oven is preheated at 350, and we're almost ready to get these cakes in the oven. I'm going to use pan baking spray today. Give it a good shake. And we're really going to blast it. So you don't want our cake to stick. Okay, so both my pans are greased and floured and ready to get the mix in. Okay, let's go. I'm going to try to do half and half in each. I'm going to have to eyeball it. I usually go about how much covering I get at the bottom of the pan when it's poured in. If it covers the bottom right away, I stop and go to the other pan, cover it all the way, and then I try to divide out what's left between the two. If you don't have what I have, go ahead and use your 1 fluid ounce of the red food coloring. And this is what makes it. Some people would use half because they don't want the cake so bloodshot red, so deep red. The coloring is only to give it that look. That's all the food coloring. It does not have a taste. It only gives it the look. So you make it as dark or as bright or light as you want it. Okay. I chose, once I put a tablespoon in of the red velvet, it gave me just the color that I want. I think this color is beautiful. And that's when I didn't put any additional food coloring in. 1 tablespoon of the red velvet. Okay, the cakes are out. They stayed in about 35 minutes. This one, I didn't have as much mix in, and it was in the back, so it got a little crispy on the edges. This one had a little more batter in it, and it turned out a little more perfect. So we'll let them cool, and it'll be quite a while before we can get that frosting on, but I will be turning them out in a little while. Now for the frosting. I'm going to use about 3 cups of my confectioner's sugar, 1 stick of softened butter. It's soft. It probably can be a little bit softer, but it's been out. It's been out a while. And then I'm going to use a 1 8-ounce package of cream cheese and about a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, and we're going to pull this together. I think it's going to make a nice thick frosting, and hopefully it'll be enough to cover the cake as I would prefer. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, this will be cup number 3. I'm sorry, this will be cup number 3 of the confectioner's sugar. Let's go ahead and put in, oh my goodness, get the butter a little softer. Okay, see if we can get it in here without making a mess. Let's get a teaspoon of vanilla. I could have used a clear vanilla, but I don't think it's not going to really change the color. Now we need this nice and thick. I think this is the one with the wax paper. I'm going to turn it, I'm going to go ahead and turn it this way. Yeah, that's okay. All right, now let's get some more icing on here. I have quite a bit of icing left. Should be able to cover the top of the cake and the sides. Where's my knife? Oh, I'm using it. Oh, that is so thick and creamy and just beautiful. It's that cream cheese and butter icing. Okay, now we can start kind of drifting it to the sides. I'm using this white plate. I started to use my red plate, but I decided to use this white plate so when the icing is on the plate doesn't look too tacky. Cook all the way around here. Video, and I'm going to go ahead and, you know, just let you all enjoy a piece with me, and then I can put it in the refrigerator for a little while. But the cake is completely cooled. Okay, there she is. Okay. Wasn't that fun? You ready to get into it? There you have it. Now let's try it. Got to get a little bit of that cream cheese and butter icing. Okay. You taste, as much as this doesn't look like a chocolate cake, that cocoa, it just pops out in it. That's just what red velvet cake does. I'm glad it wasn't that super dark. I wasn't going for that real super dark color. I wanted a red. This one probably could have been just a tad bit darker, but it's okay. It's red velvet. When you look at it, you know it's red velvet. That is so moist. You see that? Okay. Y'all know I got this some coffee. Y'all know the story. It's your life. You love it. And make the best of it. Make yourself some of this red velvet cake. Girl, enjoy yourself and do it soon. Hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and don't forget to share it with someone, okay? Hey, and until next time, have a great day. Bye.